Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I was literally watching the TV show Yellowstone yesterday evening, and I was just watching different pieces of news come through, and I was like, wow, this thing is really taking off. Wanted to show you we're now at $1.4 trillion, and we have an XRP that's hanging strong at over 50 cents. With an SEC lawsuit over 50 cents under an SEC lawsuit, that's a miracle in itself. Okay, so let's move along. Everything's kind of still. I would describe it as being pretty still right now, but the market just has been going crazy. Okay. Now, Lisa Jo Key sent me this yesterday. This is a big deal. This article really does slam the SEC. This Rosalind Layton, SEC versus Ripple, mining for clarity in regulatory chaos. I wanted to read this part down here to you. Here's the crux of the contradiction in the SEC's behavior. Ethereum was first sold to investors in an initial coin offering in 2014, raising over $17 million. It was never registered as a security with the SEC. 4 years later, the SEC's William Hinman announces definitively that Ethereum is not a security. Fast forward to 2020, the SEC sues Ripple and two high-ranking executives for not registering XRP as a security in 2013 when it held currency sales, not an ICO. The SEC's complaint alleged that Ripple and its senior executives pumped XRP as if it were shares whose value was dependent on Ripple's success as a company, which Ripple's response meticulously refutes, comparing the SEC complaint against Ripple with Hinman's 2018 speech on Ethereum lends further credence to angry XRP holders who believe the lawsuit was more than hypocrisy on Clayton's part, but spite or something worse, folks. Now, this is the part that I did a tweet on this. This part right here, I want to show you because they really do give the SEC a gut, or Jay Clayton a gut punch here. From the Forbes article today, this is from that article I was just reading. To add yet another level of absurdity, a few days after Ripple's response was filed, Ethereum co-founder Joe Lubin and Pantera Capital, a blockchain and crypto investment fund, joined forces to pump Ethereum among potential investors. The invitation to the conference call was complete with a rocket ship emoji, the ham-fisted social media analogy for Ethereum's all-time high yet still undervalued price. And this is the actual tweet that they're referencing with Pantera Capital right here. And you'll see the rocket ship emoji right there. But that article really does illustrate that something smells like a rat, folks. Something smells awful, and it has absolutely nothing to do with any kind of concern on the part of anybody at the SEC to protect investors. If protecting investors was what they were after, then they would have shut down Ethereum back in 2014 when it conducted an ICO and was a security. They didn't do anything. Jay Clayton let it happen, or let it continue to happen for the next whatever amount of years. I don't remember when he went in as SEC chairman. Okay, now CStat sent me the next thing, but before I show it to you, I wanted to show you what I saw in his timeline here. It's a drunk Tom Brady, and why not? I would have, if I was Tom Brady, I'd be drinking some tequila shots too.
Tom, how often was that? Tom Brady, Super Bowl MVP 7 times.
Tom Brady looks like he's getting off the bus having some fun. Anyway, so CStat sent me this. This was an Elon Musk tweet from the last couple of hours. Frodo was the underdog, and he has dog with an E for Dogecoin, right? All thought he would fail, himself most of all. Now, and then it says one coin to rule them all, and it's the ring is Bitcoin. But the thing that I think these Bitcoin people and the Dogecoin people are missing in this tweet is who's at the top of the list, and that would be XRP. Now, when I saw one coin to rule them all, I said, well, yeah, I remember that from the movie, but I've seen that in the XRP community 1,000 times in reference to XRP. Here's one of them. The greatest thread of all threads, one thread to rule them all, one coin to rule them all, XRP. Interledger Protocol, and it's got this retweeted from I Am Legion, in-game, CBDC plus SILP plus XRP. One coin to rule them all, right here.
Context as the European Union gets behind and supports the growth of CBDCs and domestic digital assets, then the ledgers that Ripple is connecting to, let's say, for example, from a Canadian repository to, let's say, a French repository, if both of those accounts or wallets or run are supported by digital assets, then the value exchange could be immediate, atomic, and have blockchain integrity, even though both ends of the payment exist in very different blockchain environments, one in my example in Canada, one in the European Union. So we're working on the interconnection. We call the model interledger, interconnecting between digital asset blockchains. Now that, if you like, addresses the need for cross-border payments to flow with the same velocity and the same scale that domestic payments can flow. So you kind of solve half the problem. The second half of the problem is all around liquidity. And the kind of elephant in the room is today the world locks up around, I think it's around 10 or 10 to 15, whatever, $1 trillion at any one time in balances and nostros in different parts of the world to fund payments which are sent in great big chunks at end of day or end of week. The opportunity here with CBDCs running domestically and with a bridge asset, another cryptocurrency model, a bridge asset to connect those CBDCs together, the opportunity is to deliver liquidity on point in the moment, in microseconds, from one part of the world to another. And the model that we focus on is using XRP, which is a very high velocity and very high volume digital asset. It's a free floating asset, unlike a CBDC or stablecoin. Use it as a bridge currency between these CBDCs.
By the way, as I recall from looking at, this is Marcus Treacher from Ripple. He was at, I think he was at Swift before Ripple, and I think HSBC as well. Don't quote me, but I'm almost positive he was at those two places. Okay, now, as I've mentioned in the past, all this Elon Musk stuff having to do with Dogecoin and Bitcoin. This is from James Rule XRP. He says, now lawyers have warned Musk, whose fast and loose Twitter persona has landed him in hot water with regulators before, could face questions from the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission over the facts and circumstances of Tesla's Bitcoin buy. So now, this is a Forbes article. I'm not going to go into that, but I wanted to also show you something else. With all that Elon Musk is in the headlines, so it just so happens that my father, the official father of the Digital Asset Investor channel, he's got his channel, CFTTTV. Go give him a subscribe. He is doing a series right now, not about digital assets per se, but he started a series on Elon Musk where he tells you about Elon Musk's history and how he got here. And here's just a short clip. This is about Elon Musk and SpaceX that he's doing. And then he's also going to be doing a third where he talks specifically, I think, about this Dogecoin controversy and why he thinks that Elon Musk has been doing this.
Starlink, Elon Musk global communication constellation floating just 500 miles above us mere mortals. Starlink is Elon's most controversial ambition. Starlink is a constellation of thousands of small, low-level, Earth-orbiting satellites. The stated goal of Elon's Starlink constellation is to provide high-speed, low-latency.
By the way, you know, he's mentioning by the way, my dad has the best graphics ever on his channel. He's been trying to get me to get the software and put it on mine, but I'm kind of set in my ways about just showing my screen. And so I think I'm going to stick with the way I do it. But what he's talking about there is, of course, the Starlink satellites. And I was going to mention, I went on to Starlink's website the other day, and really there's no point in signing up for Starlink satellite if you're in like a city. But if you're in a rural area, I mean, you can go and sign up right now to be in line to get a Starlink satellite for internet service. Okay, XRP Bart sent me this. This is big right here too, folks. This is Hester Pierce. I'll just let you listen to it and you tell me what you think she's talking about.
There are circumstances where, you know, we have a framework at the SEC that's built in the 1930s and 40s. And then added on over time. And so certainly now that we're seeing what's happening in the crypto space, for example, there are areas where I think we're going to have to make adjustments, and I would like us to move faster.
There you go, folks. All right, I'm going to move along. Ashish Birla had this tweet: counting the days until IBM announces it will add a stable coin to its balance sheet. Innovative companies are adding counterparty-free assets to their balance sheet, but tongue-in-cheek, to stay relevant, expect IBM to just add fiat they already have, but on a blockchain. And that is Ashish Birla from Ripple. And reminder here, IBM is a partner with Stellar. CS May sent me this, and I'm not going to go through the whole thing. I'm going to give you the brief. It says, XR Patient says, looks like Ripple has patented on-demand liquidity for FX and cross-border payments. This is a big deal. Basic concept. 1, accept requests for fiat to fiat, look up exchange rate, convert to ODL XRP, send XRP to destination, convert to destination fiat, all within seconds or fractions of a second. Good stuff. Pablo Graylet sent me this. Amazon preparing to launch a digital currency project in Mexico, which happens to be one of Ripple's few ODL corridors. Says, yet to be announced project Amazon sketched out across a series of recent job posts appears to be an effort to keep lucrative Prime customers eternally plugged into Amazon's platform. This product will enable customers to convert their cash into digital currency using which customers can enjoy online services, including shopping for goods and services like Prime Video, which I use. He says they say it's set of Amazon's new payment product. That will be interesting to watch. X-Men XRP sent me this monster news. This is a big deal, folks. Why Mastercard is bringing crypto onto its network. I saw this last night and I held my phone up to my wife and I said, it is on like Donkey Kong. And now look, as you go right here, it says, we are preparing right now for the future of crypto and payments, announcing that this year Mastercard will start supporting select cryptocurrencies directly on our network. This is a big change that will require a lot of work. We will be very thoughtful about which assets we support based on our principles for digital currencies, which focus on consumer protections and compliance. So they're following the lead of PayPal. Folks, this thing's just getting started and we're at $1.4 trillion. Just getting started. Okay, now this is from Stephen Bull Diet back on January 7th, 2021. Listen, this is Naveen Gupta with Ripple.
What we are building is routers for money. So in some way we are like a Cisco, which essentially like Cisco is for the internet, Ripple is for the movement of money. Right? So that was one. The second thing that you asked about, why Ripple or why not something else? I think technology part is the easy one to solve. I think there's so many brilliant people just in this room itself who can probably come up with a better technology, and technology will keep evolving. But where we make a difference is the ecosystem. right? So, I mean, a lot of people will have different telephones, but standardizing their telephone connectivity and say, can we build a switchboard in which more and more people can join? As hundreds of financial institutions and their customers become part of Ripple, that's the place where we make a big difference. And then another place which you will see in 2 years is interoperability. So, for example, Ripple, in its open source, we build an open standard called as Interledger Protocol, and there could be other open standards as well. And the way we think about it will be traditional networks, like, for example, a Mastercard network, a Visa network, a check
You
network,
don't say.
or an ACH network in a country will be interoperable with the Ripple network. So we don't think of it as an isolated world, but we think about the technology, and we are seeing, hey, 2 years later, what is the problem that we are going to have? We are going to have the problem of interoperability. And we have already solved for that, so that the Ripple network is again not built in
one coin to rule them all. Okay, now I wanted to show this to you. iTrustCapital announced yesterday that they have added Polkadot onto their platform. So if you go in the description, my sponsorship section or affiliate section, in all of my videos, you'll see links to iTrustCapital where you can get 1 month off if you decide to open an iTrustCapital IRA, so that you can trade crypto tax-free or have tax-deferred status with your crypto. I'm not familiar with Polkadot specifically myself, but I have seen it towards the top of the CoinMarketCap list. But these guys are trying to start being aggressive about adding new digital assets. I know that they're about to add Stellar. They're about to add, I believe, Chainlink, and they're also going to add staking to their platform. This is going to get exciting. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that iTrustCapital just added Polkadot to their platform.